Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about your mindset towards budgeting. If other people are talking about their budgets, do you start to get that little panicky feeling inside because you know you actually don't have a budget and you hope nobody asks you about yours? Well, the reason that you probably don't have a budget, it most likely boils down to a couple of things. Maybe the reason is fear. You know how sometimes when we feel that something isn't quite right, we tend to avoid it a little bit and not want to look too closely at it, thinking that maybe it will just go away on its own or resolve itself. Well, sometimes that fear can creep into our thinking about financial matters as well, but really that fear is preventing us from doing what is actually best for us. Maybe it's simply that you just don't know how to get started. When I was growing up, I had two parents who were financially responsible and set a great example for me in knowing how to plan, how to manage your money, how to spend your money, how to save, how to make sure that you had what you needed and lived within your means. And that's something that I grew up with as an advantage. Maybe you didn't have a financial role model in your life that was able to sit down and show you how to manage money and what the proper outlook and point of view on money should be. Or maybe there was somebody in your life who was able to manage their money just fine, but they just didn't really know how to communicate that to you or how to show you what they had learned. Maybe you just haven't needed a budget before. Maybe you're in a situation where this is your first regular paycheck, or maybe you were in a situation before where somebody else was taking care of managing your money for you, like a parent or a spouse, but now your situation has changed and you're having to take responsibility for your own financial well-being and understand and get started in how to handle your own finances. No matter what the reason is, I want to encourage you. You can learn the tools that you need in order to handle your finances correctly and to make them work for you and make them work towards the goals that you have for your life. So I can remember when I first started getting serious about budgeting, I really learned a lot about myself from looking at my finances, and I saw that there was a gap between what I knew my priorities were and what actually my actions were saying my priorities were. When I took a look at what I was spending my money on, some things did not line up with what I felt like my life priorities ought to be. So taking this first step of creating your own budget is really the first step on your journey of transforming the way that you look at your life and the way that you apply the resources that you have to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. I hope that this has been encouraging, and if it has, please make sure you share this with somebody else. As always, like, subscribe, and join me for the next video. Thanks for watching.